Hey there, I'm Sean Collins, co-founder of Affiliate Summit, and I'm going to go through a brief presentation with you here on the Affiliate Summit West 2010 Guide to Networking. And I know you're busy, it's getting close to the conference, so I just want to rush through this quick and just touch on some big points I think you should focus on when you go to Affiliate Summit to get the most of it and to get your networking done. So let's jump right into it here. The key thing, the biggest thing I think, is to define your goals before you get out there in Las Vegas. And so, not to sound all cliche, but you can't get the ROI if you don't identify what your targeted R is, or your what kind of return you're trying to get. So map out those goals, know why you're going there. Give yourself 2, 3, 4 goals that you need to accomplish there, and be sure that you do those. Also, to maximize your exposure and interaction with people at the conference, it's always key to stay at the conference hotel. In this case, it's a little bit late in the game if you've already scheduled somewhere else, or even if whatever you've done, it's the group rate is long gone. Usually it ends about a month before the conference, but it's we always try to get a nice advantageous group rate that's consistent with whatever the city's in. And the cool thing about it is that it gives you a chance for a lot of informal networking at the hotel before and after the conference, during the conference, just in the lobby, in the bars there. It's just a place where you can always find people at the show and do some business. So just something to think about for next time around. Another thing I would say is to, in advance of the conference, build yourself a target list of attendees. And so some ideas there are to review the list of attending companies, and you can find that on the homepage of Affiliate Summit. And we've got the social network, which I'll touch base on more in a minute. But so you'll want to seek some people out in the social network. And before you get out there to Vegas, set up some meetings with people so you can just be sure that you do some business, have some things lined up so you don't just go there randomly and just hope you can find people to meet with. Because a lot of people, they'll set up these meetings way in advance, so you don't want to show up there hoping you can find people. You should really get that stuff arranged in advance. And a little bit of maybe a stalkerish tip, but something I do sometimes, and I found it helpful. If you're not sure what these people look like that you're going to meet with, search Google Images for them, and you can just create like a little scrapbook of what these people look like, and hopefully nobody finds it in your luggage. If the TSA sees it, they might seize it from you. But and also be sure that you get the right headshots for the people you're looking for, so you're not on some wild goose chase running around looking for some person when they're standing right next to you. And speaking of the social network, it's for attendees of Affiliate Summit only. You just go to network.affiliatesummit.com, and just like any kind of social network, it's got all kinds of things in there. You can post your own photos and videos and blog posts, and you can become friends with people. So it's a way to really sort of get your networking going before you get out there to Vegas and get some things set up. So that's a place where you can get some of those meetings arranged and just meet with people, form groups and whatnot. So definitely take advantage of that. The exhibitors across the 3 days of Affiliate Summit, on the Sunday there is the Affiliate Meat Market, and if you're looking at the presentation here, it's on the left-hand side. And then the Monday and Tuesday, it's the exhibit hall, so you can see that there are a whole bunch of companies there that you're going to have a chance to meet with. So go there and map out who you want to meet, and you can, if you just go to the Affiliate Summit site and click on the exhibitors tab or the exhibitors link, you can see the map of exactly which companies are at each of these tables and booths, so you can plan to meet which companies you want to meet, so you can just have a whole list there of where to go, and that'll be very helpful instead of just sort of going scattershot and just wandering around. Make sure you know where you're going so you can be very efficient. Business cards. These days people are talking about tokens and everything, and some people just don't like business cards at all, but I'm a big advocate of them. I like unique business cards. These are some that I picked up last year in Vegas that I liked a lot. They stuck out, and these still to this day, a year later, they're sitting on my desk, and I think they were effective. So it's pretty late in the game now to get some business cards, but you can still get some on express delivery pretty much right up to the show by using Vistaprint or any of a host of other different kinds of companies. I use in addition to some paper ones I got from Vistaprint recently, I also used a company called Plasma Designs, and I got some metal ones which I liked a lot, and they seem to be pretty memorable. So consider that. Get business cards that are really going to be sort of your the thing that's left behind after you meet somebody. So maybe, like I know, like if you're looking here, the one for Jim Kukra on the bottom right there, it's got a little thing where you can write what you spoke about with him, and sort of similar there for the one from Enoch from Lead Flash. So it's nice to have a space to write a little summary of what you talked about, because people oftentimes want to do that so they can jog their memory when they get back to the office and they have 20 business cards or 2,000 business cards, whatever, tons of business cards. FeedFront magazine. If you're a subscriber, you should have already gotten it in the mail, or if not, very soon. And this is the issue that coincides with Affiliate Summit, so it also doubles as the conference program. It has the whole agenda in there and bios of all the speakers and everything. So be sure you look at that. There's no reason, unless you really want to print out our agenda from the site, because you've got it right in there in the magazine, plus a ton of articles and all kinds of conference-related things. So, and in the event that you don't subscribe to it, you can go there if you live in the U.S. and get a free subscription at feedfront.com. And we only mail, it's a free magazine, we only mail it in the U.S. So if you're outside of the U.S., you can read it for free. We put each issue up at feedfront.com as well. Prepare for the networking opportunities. There are tons of them. Some of them are only for certain types of passes, but there are a number of them that are available to everybody. So just some examples here. The Affiliate Meet Market that starts on the Sunday. It's a chance that, and you can see in the picture up top there, that's from the recent Affiliate Summit in New York. It's a place where you can just get FaceTime with tons of people in a short period of time. The Affiliate Showcase, this is something that's going to be new for Las Vegas this time. It's a place where we have a dozen or so big affiliates, and you can go in there and get a chance to go and speak with them and cut some deals. And the exhibit hall, of course, on the Monday and Tuesday, that's a big place where you can meet with all different companies and their booths. The Vertical Exchange, it's another new thing that we're doing this time around. And what that is it's a place where we're going to have a bunch of tables set up dedicated to certain verticals. So if you're focused on electronics or apparel or what have you, you'll be able to go there and find like-minded people for those niches and work out some deals. Then the meals, if you have a Platinum Pass on the Monday and Tuesday, you get breakfast and lunch with your pass, so it's a great opportunity to go there and meet with people and just sit down with a table of strangers and see who you meet there. And you can oftentimes work out some kind of future relationships. Ask the Experts, that's on the end of the day on Monday. And it's a series of round tables, 6 or so different topics with experts at them. So you just sit down and you can talk about whatever the topic is that the specialty is. So it's an open conversation. So it's not only sort of an educational session, but also an opportunity to network with people and meet some folks. And then another thing to definitely plan to go to, Affiliate Karaoke. That's the annual party, or I guess twice yearly party that ShareSale puts on. It's going to be on the Sunday evening, and this is open to everybody. You have to go to their Meat Market table to get a ticket for it, but anybody going to the conference can get these tickets. And so it's a chance to go there and just sort of goof around, sing some songs, and a lot of other different activities going on. But it's a good spot to go and really kick off, or I guess wrap up the first day of the conference and just kick off the rest of it, the Monday and Tuesday. And pre-engage, it's a big key thing. I think a lot of people, they go into it and they feel like the conference starts when they touch down in Vegas. But I would say really it should start the second that you decide to register there. And some things you might want to do, it's getting sort of close to it, but you can still do some things right now. Like if you want to meet some folks that are running podcasts, and there are a lot of people doing that these days, you can call into their podcasts or leave comments on them, post comments to blogs of people you want to meet, send some feedback to newsletters, respond to folks in forum threads, follow them on Twitter, become their friends on Facebook. So just engage people before the conference, and then you've got some kind of ground to stand on when you get there, and you have a little bit of a relationship. So do that before you get there. I mentioned Twitter, though. We've got a hashtag for you to use so you can stay on top of where people are meeting and what they're doing. Some people will be live tweeting various sessions and whatnot. So at any time you can go to Twitter and just search for #ASW10. And also we're using a service called Twubs, and we'll be promoting that at the conference. It's a place where all of the tweets on there are all about Affiliate Summit, so it filters everything else out and also features pictures and different things. So stay tuned for that. But definitely go and do the hashtag in Twitter. Whenever you're posting anything during the conference, be sure to include it yourself. And speakers on Twitter, I created a group on there, a list. So if you go to, my personal account is @affiliate-tip. So if you go to @affiliate-tip/ASW10-speakers, you can follow all of the speakers on Twitter who are going to be speaking at Affiliate Summit. And the Twitter account for Affiliate Summit, the conference itself, is just @Affiliate Summit. So be sure to take advantage of these Twitter resources. The name badges, we've designed those just to really be as useful as possible for you. We try to. Some people think they're a little bit too big, but we think it makes it easier to read instead of having to sit there and stare at some tiny little badge. So we try to communicate as much information there as possible. So you've got the name of the person, their company, and their type of attendee, whether they're a merchant or an affiliate or a network or whatever. And so they're color-coded, so you can see what type of attendee you want to meet from across the room. You can see that color and just zoom in on them. Your elevator speech. The one thing when you're at Affiliate Summit, especially if you haven't prearranged a lot of meetings, you're not going to have a lot of time with the people you meet generally. So you want to be able to just really summarize what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish there in as short a time as possible, say about 30 seconds or so. So I guess like the average length maybe that it takes to ride an elevator, even though some of them are rather tall in Vegas, so it probably takes more than 30 seconds if for all the big players are up in the penthouse. But be sure you can just really summarize what you're doing and what kind of deals you're looking for in a very short amount of time there, so you can really be as efficient as possible when you're trying to network with new people. And do your homework. Some more stuff, and you're probably sensing a theme here. You should be doing things to set up for the most prosperous time you can have there. So in this case, if you want to meet a speaker, and if you have a gold pass, you get to see all the sessions on Sunday, and platinum passes get you into all the sessions across all 3 days of the conference. So if there's a particular speaker you want to meet, and oftentimes the speakers there from a lot of the bigger companies, a lot of big folks, leaders in the industry, so certainly good people to network with. So in advance, read their bio. We've got it on the Affiliate Summit site as well as in FeedFront magazine, so you can really get a feel more of who they are. And similarly, if you're looking for somebody from a certain company, like if you can go to their booth or whatever, be sure to go and check out any recent news on them. You can search for their name in Google News and also look at their About Us page and see what's going on with them, just so you have some kind of frame of reference. Don't just go into there blind. You need to have some kind of background when you're meeting these people to really get the most out of it. Also, a great networking tool. This is something else we've introduced this time around. It's a scheduling tool for anybody attending the conference. If you just go to affiliatesummit.sched.org, and so what you do there is you select all the different sessions and events you're going to be attending, and you can look around. You can see other people that are at Affiliate Summit, which ones they're attending. So this is the way that you can go in and find somebody if you're looking to attend a certain session at 1:30 in the afternoon. You can see, and somebody else has a platinum pass you've been trying to find. You can just go there and see which one of the sessions they pick. So it's a chance for you to not only attend a good session, but also find certain people, or just if you don't even know who they are, you just want to meet them. Just a good way to find where people are going to be. Also, be memorable. Like in the instance, this is another picture from the last Affiliate Summit in New York, and the guy had like a little superhero costume on with his URL, and a lot of people were talking about it afterwards. A lot of pictures taken of it. So maybe not be over the top and all Punky Brewster with what you're wearing, but just maybe have something that people are going to remember, and also just the way that as you're meeting people, just have something interesting to say, some kind of maybe a little not a catchphrase, that's totally cheesy, but just something unique, and also certainly you can have an enhanced presence if you're a sponsor of the show. So if you got a booth or anything, that certainly makes it easier to get into people's memory and get a little bit of mind share. One of the most important things I'd say is the K.I.S.S method, and I think this is probably one of the only things that I learned in college. One of my communications professors talked about this, but if you're not familiar with it, keep it simple, stupid. So don't try to do these big gigantic conversations. Don't try to make big plans and everything while you're there. I mean, certainly if you have a meeting and you can hammer something out, that's great. But odds are people are moving fast. They're trying to accomplish a lot of stuff and make a lot of relationships. So just be focused and concise. Don't really tie people down. Just get their relationship going, get started maybe over a drink or a meal or whatever, and then follow up afterwards and develop it from there. So I think you're going to get the most out of it, and also you're not going to annoy people by tying them down. So just keep it simple. Stupid. Follow up. I get a lot of cards from people. I think in 2009 I must have gone to probably 12 conferences, and I can probably count on two hands, maybe if I had a third hand on three hands, two hands and a foot, how many people I got any kind of like real follow up from, any kind of like I'd say that to really cut through all the mess. Like you get plenty of generic emails, especially sometimes people get a hold of your email and you didn't even meet them and they pretend they did, which is a horrible way to do things. But I'd say going to the whole conference is useless for you if you're not going to follow up with people that you meet. And the email is annoying. People are overwhelmed, so getting random phone calls right when they get back is more of a hassle than anything, at least in my opinion. So I'd say be unique there. Just send them a handwritten note. It doesn't have to be more than a couple lines, and include your card again in case they lost it. And if you have any kind of tchotchke, send that along maybe too. But just be sure, overall, just be sure that you follow up, because if you don't follow up, then all it was a boondoggle for you. Anyhow, I hope I didn't take too much of your time. Look forward to meeting you in Las Vegas. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the Affiliate Summit team at realdeal@affiliatesummit.com or by telephone at 417-278-6648. And the email is the best way to reach us when we're actually on site in Las Vegas. It's a little bit tough to get to the phone sometimes. So try email, and that'll hit myself, Sean Collins, my partner Misty Ward, and also Amy Rodriguez. And also, to stay on top of what's going on, be sure to follow us at twitter.com/affiliate summit and also facebook.com/affiliate summit. So there you go, and have a great day. Take care.